Phase 1. Problem Statement and Significance. Hello, Drs. Zara and Dr. Ditto, and esteemed colleagues. Across Malaysia's logistics hubs and hypermarkets, hundreds of thousands of Bangladeshi and Nepali migrant workers rely on smartphones for informal learning. Yet reading on digital screens triggers a scanning phenotype, a superficial skimming mode that impairs fine-grained orthographic decoding. For workers transitioning from native Abu Diga scripts such as Bangla and Devanagari to opaque alphabetic English, this screen-induced shallowing creates severe decoding barriers. Recent empirical studies by Wing and colleagues confirm that these language deficits directly restrict workers from accessing overtime compensation and economic mobility. The core question of my research is, can brief visual attentional priming delivered inside a smartphone app counteract this digital skimming and accelerate L2 English orthographic decoding? Phase 2. Literature highlights and theoretical framework. To address this challenge, my project bridges Nevin's hierarchical visual processing model with the dual route cascaded model of reading. While previous meta-analysis by Clinton and Delgado established a baseline reading deficit on screens, existing studies relied almost exclusively, on university students and retrospective reading tests. My study addresses this empirical gap by integrating millisecond-calibrated psycholinguistic tasks directly into a mobile learning application. Theoretically, we hypothesize that brief exposure to a local Nevron visual prime acts as an attentional filter, prompting learners to shift from superficial whole-word guessing to analytical, sublexical letter verification. Phase 3, research methodology and analytical rigor. Methodologically, the study adopts a post-positivist paradigm using a quantitative 2x2 mixed factorial design with 80 adult migrant workers in the Klang Valley. Using a mobile PsychoPy Psycho.js web application, participants complete authentic micro-lessons covering warehouse inventory, operational verbs, and workplace communication. In the time reflex phase, trials present a fixation cross, a 150 millisecond Neven prime, global versus local, followed immediately by valid English targets or phonotactically matched pseudo-words. Primary hypotheses will be tested using a 2x2 repeated measures ANOVA to isolate the critical interaction between priming and lexicality. Furthermore, linear mixed effects modeling will control for participant and item-level random variance while evaluating spoken Bahasa Malaysia fluency and daily app habits as moderating covariates. Phase 4, educational impact and conclusion. Ethically, this study involves completely voluntary participation, digitized consent in native languages, and encrypted telemetry with no employer involvement. Ultimately, this project moves educational technology beyond passively delivering content to actively scaffolding cognitive visual attention. By demonstrating how low-cost mobile priming drills can optimize L2 reading, this research delivers an evidence-based roadmap for mobile literacy interventions that empower vulnerable transnational workers across Southeast Asia. Thank you very much.